In this video, we're going to look at the legislative process in Canada. Canada has a parliamentary system in which the Prime Minister sits in the legislature. They have a direct role in passing laws. This is different than a presidential system where the president is separate from the legislative process. In a parliamentary system, the Prime Minister has a lot more say in what laws get passed. Here's how that works in Canada. Canada has a bicameral legislature with two chambers, the House of Commons, 338 seats, and a Senate with 105. A law must go through both chambers in order to be passed. Now, the Senate does not have the ability to initiate spending, so it's called asymmetric bicameralism. The House of Commons has more power than the Senate. The Senate can stop the process, it can veto bills, but it cannot initiate new spending bills. Those have to start with the House and then go to the Senate. Within the chamber, within the House of Commons, there is a process that things follow. Several steps. The first step is first reading, where the bill gets introduced, it gets given a name and assigned a number and put on the calendar. At the second reading phase, the parties will debate the merits of the bill. They will talk about the things they like about it, the things they don't, the things that should be included, and the things they feel should be omitted. At the committee stage, the bill is examined in more detail. With 330 plus members of Parliament and a lot of different bills before them, it's not possible for everybody to give detailed scrutiny for each piece of legislation. So they divide into committees by expertise. That way each committee can have a smaller group of members that go into great detail about each bill. They can have hearings where they can invite experts to talk about the subject matter. After that, the committee reports the bill back to the House for third reading, where a final vote happens. Now, that's not everything. That whole process has to be repeated again in the Senate. First, second, committee stage, and then third reading. Once that's done, once it passes the House and the Senate, it gets royal assent. Basically goes to the Governor General for signature. Then it becomes a law. Now, in reality, this process is very, very centralized. It is dictated by the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister's office and their cabinet. If you want to pass a law, if you want to get a bill through Parliament, you need to be in cabinet, and nothing happens without the Prime Minister's direction. Again, that asymmetric bicameralism, the Senate does not do a lot of initiating legislation, but it is very active in proposing amendments. Largely due to the differences in the chamber, the Senate seems to have more time and more ability for detailed scrutiny of each piece of legislation. The Senate does not reject a lot of bills. It does reject some, but by and large, because the Prime Minister controls the appointment process for senators, they can usually ensure favorable treatment of their legislative efforts. Compared to systems like the American system, there are relatively few veto points in the Canadian system. If the Prime Minister wants to get something done, there's a very good chance that they can see that law passed. Much different than, let's say, a president in a presidential system.